Sparks, your Chief Soul Strategist. I help leaders align the soul of their business with the business of their soul so they create wealth, impact, and clarity without burnout. Let's dive in. January isn't about resolutions. It's about integrity. A consistent thought, feeling, and emotion. Your actions align. That is integrity. This is the month you stop negotiating with yourself for your time, your energy, and your truth. If 2025 taught you anything, it's that half commitments cost more than full decisions. I know that they did me. Let's talk about what actually shifts when you stop bargaining with your own soul. Why is negotiating exhausting? Why is negotiating with yourself sounds harmless, right? I'll do it later. I'll say yes, just this one more time. I'll rest after I finish everything. But every internal negotiation fractures self-trust, that trust within yourself. Your nervous system is listening. Your body is keeping score. And the cost isn't failure, it's leakage. Leakage of your energy, your focus, your self-respect. January exposes this because it asks one question. Can I live in alignment without needing pressure? Can I live in alignment without needing pressure? Write it down. Reflect on it. What changes when you stop? When you stop negotiating, decisions get cleaner. Boundaries get simpler. Your energy stabilizes. You no longer convince, you decide. You're not trying to convince yourself, you decide. And here is the truth. The universe, divine, God, source, creator, spirit, responds faster to clarity than effort. You don't need to do more. You need to learn to say yes to yourself first. Maybe there are identities that you have outgrown, that negotiation belongs to, and those are those old identities, like the overfunctioner, the people pleaser, the version of you who learned to survive by accommodating. January marks the end of that chapter. Not dramatically, decisively. You don't announce it, you embody it. But where do most people break trust with themselves? It's not the big things. It's the small ones. Saying yes when your body is saying no. Ignoring your own timing. Forcing momentum instead of honoring rhythm. Every time you override yourself, you teach your system not to trust yourself. Alignment begins when self-trust becomes non-negotiable. Let me say that again. Write it down. Remember this. Alignment begins when self-trust becomes non-negotiable. Allow those words to go into your solar plexus. Embody them. Alignment begins when self-trust becomes non-negotiable. And here's a simple reset for you. For the rest of January, ask yourself, if I trusted myself completely, what would I choose? Breathe it in. If I trusted myself completely, what would I choose? Then act on that. Even when it's quiet, especially when it's inconvenient. Integrity compounds, so does self-betrayal. So choose wisely. January is not about perfection. Got it? I know that we are all those types of people, those soul-led, success-driven individuals that I draw in. We like perfection, but January is not about perfection. It's about honesty, Stop negotiating with yourself and watch how everything stabilizes. This is where real momentum begins. If today's message spoke to you, you can find ways to work with me and hire me as your chief soul strategist at sarahsparks.lo. And remember, when you're aligned with your soul, wealth and clarity become inevitable. I'll see you next week.